Good evening, Dr. Ruth Anderson here with Enlightened World Network. We know that for some of you it's morning. We acknowledge that. I am here with Carol Ann Cross for Energies of the New World. Today we are going to be talking about dragons and archangels, and I can't wait to see where that goes. There will be a meditation towards the end, but I wanted to just draw people's attention to something, and I can't show it to you here, unfortunately, but Gabby Forrester has painted two amazing pictures, and one of them is a sylph, and one of them is a water dragon, and they are both on Enlightened World Network. So please keep an eye out for those. They're absolutely stunning, and I hope that Gabby will be able to join us today. Terry Angel will be with us a little bit later, but we're going to start with Carol Ann Cross. She is our presenter for tonight on this. And I know that this topic came to you a couple of months ago when we were working with the dragons, and you came to me and said, oh, wait, there is this connection here between the dragons and the archangels, and can't wait to share it with you. So Carol, with that, the floor is absolutely yours.
Thank you, Ruth. Hello, everybody. I'm just so excited about this. Yes, it's interesting. After we did the first session of introducing you to the dragons, the next morning I woke up and they're jumping up and down and saying, you know, we have to do a show with the archangels and let everybody know how we work with the archangels as well. And so, because it's really interesting, the dragons are such. People know about the angels and the archangels, but up until a little while ago, not so many people knew about the dragons. And I'm just going to say the photos, the paintings that Gabby is doing are absolutely amazing. She has captured their energy, the flow, everything. It's just beautiful. So I recommend everybody go and have a look at Gabby's drawings. So the dragons are part of the angelic kingdom. They just work at a lower frequency, so that allows them to go into some of the deeper energies and clear the way that the angels can't necessarily do as well. So they're really working together, and the archangels have their own teams of dragons that they can send in to clear the lower energies that might be blocking the pure intentions. So and the archangels' teams of dragons are here to accelerate ascension. They're working really strongly with us, with the planet. And this is it. We all work together. It's not just one part doing it all. It's all working together. And they're just such wise beings. And as I've commented to Ruth before, we say, you know, the heading is the energies of the new world, but let's be honest, you know, the elementals and the dragons and everybody have been around for such a long time, you know, since we began, however your vision of our beginning was. So I thought I might start today with Archangel Michael, who's one of Ruth's major assistants, or they work together. So obviously, and it's not going to be a surprise to you to know this, but Archangel Michael, his dragons are blue. And so, you know, to me, that just shows the synchronicity, you know, everything to do with his energy, and that it's all to do with the blue, the deep blue. And of course, Archangel Michael is in charge of our throat chakra, the throat chakra of humanity, not just individual throat chakras, but the throat chakra of all of humanity. And so this is an amazing responsibility. He protects and he strengthens our throat chakras. And his blue dragons work with him to bring strength, protection, and inspiration to people everywhere. And they can fire us up with courage and strength to stand up for what we believe in. Because sometimes when we have a strong belief about something, we might feel a bit, well, I don't know that I can truly say that, but I believe that if you're speaking from a place of love and a place that's for everybody's highest good, then that's really important. And the other thing, when the dragons are working with Michael, they can build up an etheric firewall to protect you, and they help to burn up the fear and negativity that is all around. And so I just find that so interesting. I should say here, the dragons are like the angels. You need to ask them to help you, but also everything they do has to be for the highest good of all concerned. They cannot do anything that is not for the highest good. So I think that's really important for everybody to realize. And when the dragons are working with Michael, Michael can give you his sword of truth to help you to resolve the situation, but the dragons will clear the pathway and they will transmute the lower frequencies that are around. So, you know, it's really interesting if you allow your imagination, and I've got a vivid imagination, allow your imagination to visualize Michael with his sword of truth and the dragons coming along to clear the pathway for you. And as we're all working towards the ascension, the dragons and the archangels are also working in the to bring us all up to the 5D energy. And so when I talk about which chakras the archangels and dragons are working with, these are the 5D chakras. So we can be moving out from the 3D energy into the 5D energy. And so this is all part of us raising our vibration. And Michael's cloak helps to ensure that our aura is strong enough to repel other people's judgments or judgments that may come our way. So together they make a great team. I know with my meditation group, we now, when we're opening our chakras, we always open our chakras with the support of the archangels, and we use the 5D chakras when we're working with the chakras. Hi, Terry. How are you? You're looking great.
Thank you. I was muted. Sorry.
Yeah, I could see that you were muted.
So, Carol, this is a good place, I think, to ask a question. Yep. You're talking about the 5D chakras. Mm-hmm. How are those different than 3D chakras?
Okay, so the 3D chakras are what we have been using all along. That's what we've always been using. But now as we're starting to make our ascension and working towards ascension, the 5D chakras are really interesting. And each of them, so if you like, I'll just quickly go through the 5D chakras. Please. So we'll start at the Earth Star chakra, which of course is below your feet. And this is the chakra. This chakra is looked after by Archangel Sandrophon. And this chakra is where the potential for your lifetime is stored. And when this chakra is opened and connected, you can feel yourself connect with the heart of Mother Earth. So, you know, that I think, you know, a lot of these things are quite basic because we know the Earth Star chakra is in the earth. So, you know, when you stop and think about how it all works together. So then we'll come up to the base chakra. And this is looked after by Archangel Gabriel. He looks after 3 chakras. And so the base chakra is about bringing clarity and confidence to you and where you are and where you're moving forward in the future. And you can start to feel yourself as strong and steady. And it gives you that special grounding that your base chakra does. So Gabriel also looks after the sacral chakra. And this is a pink color, your sacral chakra, in the 5D energy. And this chakra helps you to express love for yourself and for others. And it lets you realize how beautiful and complete and whole you are as a person. So he also looks after the navel chakra, which is orange. And this chakra helps you to radiate a warm, welcoming energy and harmony. And this is where you can feel your life and your soul path starting to unite in balance. So then we come up to the solar plexus chakra, which is a deep gold. And Archangel Uriel looks after this chakra. And this chakra absorbs lower emotions and strengthens your confidence and wisdom. You can feel yourself align with Source's power when you open and connect this chakra. So we move up to the heart chakra, which is pure white. And this is looked after by Archangel Shamuel. And this chakra opens your heart to its deepest levels. And you can feel yourself as a beacon of divine love, radiating brilliance in all directions. The throat chakra, obviously, is blue and looked after by Michael. And this chakra allows you to take mastery of your life and to know who you truly are. And you can feel your truth align with Soul's and Source's truth. The third eye chakra is looked after by Raphael. And this is like a transparent crystal ball with hints of green. This chakra helps to remove the veils of illusion, enabling you to see the world from a higher perspective. And you can feel yourself connect with infinite intuition. Crown chakra is looked after by Archangel Raphael. This is also a transparent crystal with yellow flecks in it. And this chakra opens you up to the wisdom of the universe. You can feel yourself connect with your higher mind. Now, the causal chakra is an ancient chakra. This is a chakra that was used by the indigenous people and also back in the times of Atlantis. And it is behind at the back of your head, about 3 to 4 inches above. And it's a pure shimmering moon white. And it's looked after by Archangel Christiel. This chakra brings you great peace and comfort, and you can feel yourself connected with pure divine love. The soul star chakra is magenta, and it's looked after by Archangel Mariel. This chakra enables you to understand your soul more deeply, and you can feel yourself connect with the heart of the central sun. The stellar gateway chakra is a golden orange, and it's looked after by Archangel Metatron. And this chakra allows the light from the universe to radiate into you, connecting you to your I am presence. And you can really feel yourself directly connected to Source. And so they're the 5D chakras that I use in my meditation groups. And when we open the chakras at the beginning of the evening, they're all aligned in like a column of diamond light. And you can feel your DNA and everything opening and anchoring the source energy as it pulses through your body. And so when we've opened those up, I always get everyone to visualize a golden egg of total protection around their aura, so that when their 5D chakras are all open and vibrating, that they also have that extra layer of protection, because the 5D energy is very new to so many people. So, it's just something that when I was reading up about it and studying it, that was something I brought into it as well.
Wow.
It's very interesting.
It is. So were there 11 chakras?
Yes, I think there were 11. I didn't count them, but I think there's 11. Yeah.
I think I got them all written down. That's There's so much to unpack there, Carol.
There is. There's a whole lot to unpack there. And I first came across the 5D chakras when I was learning about the dragons, and I did the workshop with Diana Cooper. And she has an amazing book out called Dragons. And it talks all about the 5D chakras. And then I've done some other research into it as well, because I like to have various points of view about all of that. And I've always known when I've worked with the archangels that they all have their crystals, their chakras, and they have all these bits and pieces. And, you know, it just expands out and out and out and out as we're discovering more and more and more. And it's just such an exciting place to be in. And, you know, as I said to you before, Ruth, this morning, the dragons were jumping around and they was just so excited. And, you know, I'm just loving being able to work with this energy, because I can feel so much love and support from the dragons and from the archangels. And the other thing is that, you know, the dragons and the archangels are there to help and work with us, as we said. But when I heard about on the news the other day about what happened in Beirut, instead of going into a place of sadness, etc., I just immediately visualized and talked to the dragons, and I just asked them to get out there and to clear away all of the negativity, all of the anger, everything about it, to clear away the dross and the debris. And then for Kuan Yin works with the pink dragons, and that's all about love and compassion and healing. And so then Kuan Yin's dragons are going in as well. And we can do this with everything that's happening in the world. You know, if I'm watching the news, I don't get weighed down by it. You know, I do something about it. I either send love to a situation and the angels and everybody to the situation, or I send the dragons. And we have so many tools on hand that we can use. And, you know, these are just little parts of them, but it's just such an exciting place to be in. I love it.
Yeah, Carol, that's so intriguing to me. And I keep forgetting we have to ask for them.
We have to ask, yes.
And last weekend, Terry and Deb and I went into silent meditation.
Yeah.
Close your eyes and we're in silent meditation, and I'm looking at 500,000 earth angels looking at me. And I said, oh, can you please go help in Beirut?
Yeah.
And then they went away, and it was like, dang, I keep forgetting to ask. I mean, I'm so glad they were looking at us like, come on, put us to work.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to ask. It's almost like I need to set my calendar with ask the earth angels to go do something.
Have a little sticky that you can put up on a mirror or all around your house. Ask. Remember to ask.
Right.
And yeah, and this is it. You know, we're never helpless. Maybe, you know, we can feel helpless in our physical body, but we need to remember that, you know, we're a soul. We have such teams around us, and they're all here to support us. And you know, Mother Earth and humanity are going through this really interesting time at the moment. So it's all about us not being negative about it, not going down into that negative place, but sending love. And you know, people might not, you know, as I said the other day, my Reiki teacher in a webinar I did with her, you know, she said, this is all about the anger that's in the universal consciousness. And we have to change that anger to love. And, you know, it sounds so simple, but imagine if everybody, instead of sending all of this negative anger stuff out, instead sent love. And that's, you know, that's truly what I believe. We have these tools to do it. So let's use it, you know. This is it. All these things are here. You know, yes, we're a spirit having a human experience, but we've been given tools to use. And they're here just willing to help us. All we have to do is ask.
So, Carol, when you were sensing the dragons around you, so excited that you were going to be sharing this today, did you get an understanding of, was there anything in particular that they wanted you to share? What was that?
It was about letting everybody know how they work with the archangels and how they're a team. They're a team that has been put together by the Creator, whatever you want to believe or call it. And it's a team that's here to support us while we're going through this incarnation on the planet at this time. So it's just about, they just want people to know about them. They want them to know they're working with the angels and the archangels and the fairies. And I was telling Anaya a funny story the other night. I went to bed, and all of a sudden, jumping on my bed is a smaller version of my dragon and my wolf. I have a wolf who travels with me, and you know, he's jumping. They're both jumping on the bed, and I'm thinking, okay, settle down, settle down. So in the end, I said to them, okay, I'm happy for us to travel away and do stuff tonight because there's lots of work to be done, but I need to have a good night's sleep as well. So, and then shunk, I was asleep. And so it's about, you know, setting up these communication lines and remembering to ask. It's so great.
It is so great. It is so great. Sherry, what are you thinking hearing all this?
Oh my gosh, I'm loving this conversation. And one thing that I've always heard from the angels is not to limit ourselves.
No.
So when they give us information like, you know, the chakra information, the dragons, the elementals, it's just like, don't limit yourself. Just let yourself be wide open and accept in these things. See if it resonates, you know, just sit with it. They always tell me that, just sit with the energy and then see what comes through for you. And I do that every day. And when something new comes up, when there's a new awareness, I just ask. And that's what we're to do, just ask. And it's going to be given to us. Carol, just like everything you were saying, it all comes to us. If we're open and we're not closing off ourselves, is that resistance that keeps us from this knowledge. It keeps us from the knowingness that the angels are real, that the dragons are real.
Yeah.
And I'm loving this conversation and all the information that you're sharing. And somebody says that she couldn't write fast enough. She was taking notes.
Right.
Oh, yes. And you know, another thing I find exciting about the dragons is one of the girls in my group, she had a little nephew, and she was talking one day and he was a bit unhappy about something. And she just said to her, look, get your dragon to sort of blow away all that negativity that's around you at the moment. Something was happening at school. And she said he stopped and he looked at her wide-eyed and he said, do you have a dragon too? And she said, we all have dragons. It's just about a fact of us, you know, acknowledging them and knowing they're there. And he said, I can't talk to anybody about my dragon. Can I talk to you about my dragon? And, you know, so this is it. Children are aware of these things, but nobody actually always talks about them. And yeah, you sort of, sometimes you look a bit silly going to a dinner party, having cocktails and say, oh, how's your dragon going today? But, you know, it's like everything in life. You know, when the opportunity, when it's the right time to bring up the conversation, it will happen. And so that to me is what it's all about. So, and I think that also the thing to do that's really important for us all, especially at the moment, is to come from our heart, to come from a place of love. No matter what is happening around us, if we're coming from a place of love, that's what it's all about.
So, Carol, I want to derail you for just
that's fine.
Because I would like, I mean, I can feel all of this energy like right here. And can you just take us in, not the meditation that you have for later, but separate. Can you just take us in for just a minute and let's just sit and feel and acknowledge whatever dragons have shown up here. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. So just sit quietly for a few minutes, okay?
Wow. I'd like to know what anybody else was experiencing, but it started for me, it started with a little one right here. And then there was a larger one, and then there was one looking right at me. And then as the time went on, I just kept seeing more and more and bigger ones and even bigger ones and different color ones. Wow. I don't know if it's because you are setting the scene that they're coming in or if they're always there and I'm just not used to seeing them.
They're
But
always there.
really, wow. Wow. Terry, I know you were seeing some.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I connected with one, and actually, Gabby saw it this morning on the morning show when she was on with me. And she thought it was for me, but I needed to sit with it. And this was my first time today that I've been able to be still and sit. It had the pattern of kind of like a rattlesnake pattern. It was red and black. And I'm hearing that it's going to be my protector over these next months as I go out on my journey. And it's going to be with me every step of the way. I'm excited. And I asked for the name and I got Joey. So Joey, the dragon, is going on this trip with me. Yeah, exciting.
That's great. Really good, really good. So what I got was I got one of Kuan Yin's pink dragons, and they told me, that I need to say that life is all about balance, and balance is really strong for me in many things. And they said, you're getting very excited here, Carol. Just come back into having a bit of a balance here. And then the next thing, like they were like, you know how kids have little trains they make up and they have all the carriages? Well, they were like all little dragons. And then they started off really good. And then they started jumping all over the place like jumping beans. They were all colours and whatever. And so they were all here. And the dragons are always here, but you're not always going to see oodles of them. They're more here at the moment because they're very excited because we're talking about them, and they want people to talk about them. They want people to recognise that they're there. It's just like us talking about the angels and everything all the time. And so they're here to work with the angels, so they want to be sort of talked about as well and shared as well. So
No, that was cool. Thanks for giving us that time to just stop and feel into it.
oh no, that's important, because when you feel that, you need to talk about it. You need to acknowledge it, because that way you're setting up the connection with them, and that's it's like setting up the connection with our guardian angels and things like that. When we acknowledge them and talk about them, that sets up that connection. But getting back to your red and black one, Archangel Gabriel works with Thor, Thor, and like he's in charge of fire, power, all of those kinds of things. And so yes, it's very much a protection thing for you for when you're traveling, and they said to let you know that it's Gabriel is also with that dragon. So and they're going to be helping to clear and transmute the old to allow regeneration. And that's the message they wanted to give to you about that. So.
Thank you. Such confirmation, because over the last few days, I've really heard that this is a time that I'm going to be releasing so much and bringing in the new.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for that.
Yeah, and this is it. I think as we sort of move further along and we're getting closer to where we're sort of working towards, that sounds a funny way to put it, but as we're working our way towards that, we need to get rid of all of this stuff that's here to get to there. And then we start to look at, okay, now we need to get to that part. So then we need to clear away all of that. So, this is part of our journey, isn't it? And it's such an interesting journey. And to be here at this time in what's happening to planet Earth and humanity and everything, it's so exciting. And, you know, years ago, I used to think to myself, well, you know, what on earth could I be here in this lifetime for? You know, I don't understand it. And we'll never understand it until we make our transition to know if we fulfilled our contract. But now I'm feeling more and more, okay, so, you know, just do your little bits, Carol, and that will help. And we're all working towards the end of the journey, which is never ending, because it might end in this lifetime, but it's going to continue on in another lifetime. So, yeah, but yeah, they're clearing the path, ready for your regeneration.
So I just want to stop for a minute and say,
Yeah.
I love how spirit works, because here's the thing. Carol, you heard a couple of months ago to bring this topic up. Tonight, I heard, call Terry, ask her if she wants to be on. This morning, Gabby saw your dragon, and here you are, Terry, meeting your dragon that's going to support you for the next couple of months. Yeah. I love how spirit works.
It is. It's wonderful. And you know, I like to think of it as all these little bits of threads, and they're all being woven together to make the carpet or the blanket or the whatever of life, the cloak of life, because they're all interwoven and all working together to make the whole.
So cool. So we do have a couple of comments I just want to share for a minute. Christina had a little green dragon, but then she heard the swish of huge wings. He's blue and purple, and promised that she can astral travel with him tonight.
Yep.
She's really excited.
Wonderful. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Yep. And the pink one came and whispered compassion in her ear. She said, I'm in awe, actually. And Gabby says, my steadfasts are a little gold one on my left. She started off a little wee one and very shy. She's getting bigger now and has the most beautiful voice. My other guy is a great big playful goofy guy.
This is it. You know, they come in many sizes, but they can also change their size for what's needed. Like, you know, we need them to be big and huge for when we climb on their backs, if we're going out to work with them, you know, in our astral traveling and working with them. So we need to be able to fly on their backs. But, you know, when they're jumping on your bed at night, or if you're sitting at the watching television with you, you don't want them to be a huge, big thing, or if they're sitting on your shoulder or something like that, you know. So this is all part of, to me, it's like I'm like a little child in a candy shop when I start to talk about the dragons. As you probably realise, I get a bit excited about it all, because it's just something that I feel so connected to, and I feel, you know, that it's time for everybody to know about it, because the dragons came back they came back, I think it was about, I can't remember the year. Anyway, they came out through the portals, and their specific role was to be with humanity at this time, to help us get through to the next stage, to the golden era. And so they're here helping us to get through to the next phase of the golden era.
So, Carol, are the dragons similar to the earth angels, that we can call them in any day, every day, and ask them to go support somebody else?
Yes, 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 yes. So, you know, and this is why there needs to be so many of them. So, you know, because if we're going like with Beirut or something like that, or, you know, like in Australia, I send them down to the areas that are sort of in shutdown, and there's so much fear in people's lives, and, you know, the fear is just feeding the negativity. But sometimes it's a bit hard to say to people that. So, you know, I just send the dragons down to burn away some of the negativity and the fear, and to then for Kuan Yan's pink dragons to bring the compassion and healing and kindness. And so, yeah, so they're here to help us with all sorts of things like that. And it's really interesting, because like I've got my headphones on, because the boys next door were out working and they're building a fence, so they're making a lot of noise. So just before we went on air, I sort of spoke to my dragon and said, you know, see if you can move the boys inside for a little while. and they're not working out there at the moment. It's gone all quiet. So, you know, there's little things like that. So that wasn't anything negative. And, you know, it was for the highest good of probably them, because they've gone in and had a coffee break or something, you know. So it's about using the gifts that we have, the tools that we have, because that's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. We're not sort of thrown onto this planet Earth to struggle and fight and whatever. We came back into this lifetime and we provided with the things that we needed. We just need to be able to tap into them.
So I'm getting this idea that sticky note of, oh, I need to remember to ask the angels to go help somewhere. I'm wondering if Gabby or Jean or Christina or, you know, any of the strongholds that are with us would be interested in posting something on Enlightened World every morning or night, whatever, Enlightened World, EWN, Enlightened Living, you know, whatever our other pages are, just a post saying, asking dragons and angels and unicorns and whoever else is the other elementals that are there to help us to the following places today, and actually making it a thing for people to be aware of where we're asking for support. I don't know. What do you think of something?
Yeah, look, I think that's a great idea. I really do, because, you know, we've still got to live our human life, and we you know, we have free will, we have choice, but sometimes just getting that little reminder goes a long way. So yeah, I think that's a marvelous idea.
Cool. So it looks like Gabby and Christina are in. So awesome.
Excellent. Well done, girls. Looking forward to seeing your little posts.
Cool. I love this. Okay, Carol, what else do you have? I mean, this is a full session. I'm feeling completely full at the moment, but I think you've got more.
Well, yeah, you also work with Raphael a lot, and we all work with Raphael because, you know, he's the angel of healing, and when we work with the dragon, the emerald dragons work with Raphael, and as well as working for healing, they can help to raise our levels of abundance. So once again, it's about abundance. Is not just about money. It's about health. It's about spreading the love. It's about all of those things. It's not just about abundance of money. And so Archangel Raphael's angels and dragons, they help to raise the frequency of the third eye chakra, because that's the chakra that Raphael works with, is the third eye chakra. And they do that by presenting you with lessons that are contained within your pineal and all of your energy, and they help you to transmute that energy that may be blocking your third eye vision, blocking seeing. Okay, they're saying blocking, some people block the truth in inverted commas because they want to replace it with what they're feeling in another place. And so when they're blocking the truth, they're not working with their heart. So the dragons that work with Raphael can help to clear. They work together to clear that energy. The dragons can't do it on their own, so they work with Raphael to help clear your perspective that you have, because your third eye is the chakra of enlightenment, and it gives you the ability to see everything from a higher, wider, and divine perspective. But the dragons also help to protect your third eye. So to me, that's really important, that we have clear vision, that our visions that we're seeing, we're changing. Okay, right, thank you. It's like the owl, you know, it's like clearing the veil. It's seeing it from a much higher perspective. And so they're working together, Raphael and the dragons, to help with your third eye vision. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Good, good. Okay, so Gabriel, he works with the white dragons, and his dragons shimmer with a white crystal light, and they work with Archangel Gabriel to help bring about more love and devotion. And their vision is to prepare you to walk the diamond light of ascension, the diamond ascension path. So, and they're helping light workers, because a lot of light workers are taking in negativity. You know, everybody's got this negativity, and some of the light workers are actually taking it in. Don't take it in. Deflect it. Send it away. Send it away with love, because, you know, we need to transmute that negativity, not to bring it on board. And so it's also negativity that's coming from ancestral lines, as the work you did, Terry. It's all about clearing the ancestral lines and the collective karma of humanity. So, you know, they have a massive, massive job. And the interesting thing is Archangel Gabriel also works with the white unicorns. And, you know, so I think this is really interesting, because the unicorns are, to me, I see the unicorns as healing. So this is about them healing. Let go of what you've taken in, the negativity. You don't need it. It's not doing you any good. If you hang on to that, it's really weighing down your physical body. It's going to affect your physical body. So, you know, just don't let it land. And if it lands, just flick it off with love. Send it away. Ask Gabriel to you know, get his dragons to sort of blow it away. Because when we connect more fully with Gabriel, and his dragons will shine their crystal light into your energy field and your physical body, then that allows deep cleansing and purification. And he's saying to forgive, 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 and forgive yourself. If there's a situation that you haven't been able to get past, don't beat yourself up about it. Forgive yourself. He'll be there to help you. The dragons will be there to help you. And so, you know, we need to really work along that pathway, because I see so many wonderful people, and, you know, they're in this, it's their choice to have free will, but they're in a negative place. And then I'm sending them love to help to get them through their negative place that they're in. And as I said before, Terry, Gabriel works with Thor and his red and black and gold dragons. So that's really interesting. So just one more, because if we're going to do this meditation, it's with Metatron. So so Metatron works with the fifth dimension gold and orange dragons, and he's leading forward individuals who are ready to start making the move to lift their vibration and to start preparing to work towards ascension. And so so the words that came to me is people who are willing to make a difference. He works with people who are willing to make a difference. And that making a difference doesn't need to be going out and you know, doing big things and whatever. Quietly working from a place of love is making a difference for all of us. And Metatron's dragons, they demonstrate dignity, peace, power, and wisdom. So they're peaceful spiritual warriors and are always ready to help those and encourage those in need. So, you know, the archangels working with the dragons, it's just really, well, my favorite word for them is awesome. So, you know, I just think it's all really great.
Well, it is awesome. And for folks that don't know, at EWN, we've opened a 24-hour prayer room. And Terry's been part of pulling that together. And as you're talking about the archangels and the dragons working together, and then you brought in the unicorns working together and all of that, and as I imagine the 24-hour prayer room, it just feels like it's surrounded by the archangels and the earth angels. Now I'm envisioning the dragons next to him and the unicorns next to him and all of the elementals, and they're so here to support. But boy, that it just feels so ripe around that prayer room. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. This is it. You know, they're there willing to love, support and help everybody. And so, you know, we just need to call on them and realize they're there. You know, sort of I walk around my yard and, you know, chatter away, and so I'm having a board meeting with my team.
I love that so much. Okay, Carol, do you want to take us through the meditation?
Yep. So this is a visualization to meet Archangel Metatron and to visit Hollow Earth. So just close your eyes. Take a long, slow, deep breath. And imagine that a glorious, radiant, golden orange dragon is standing right in front of you. He invites you to hop on his back. And you ride through the dimensions to Archangel Metatron's vast etheric retreat, which is above Luxor. Archangel Michael places his glowing orange cloak over your energy fields. He is glowing with light, and so are you. If you've already received his golden orange cloak, he'll reactivate it for you. Receive the blessings that he gives to you. And now you fly with your dragon to the portal that leads to Hollow Earth. And as you plunge through this together, you become one vast orange golden flame. You see the great pyramid of Hollow Earth, and you enter it still on your dragon. Sitting quiet and still in the center of the pyramid, you are aligned to Neptune, the Pleiades, Orion, and Sirius. You are open to receive the light codes that pour down into you from each place. So rest for a moment. Know and trust that your ascension light is expanding. Feel your body fill with the light currents. It's time to leave the Great Pyramid. But you know you can return at any time. The dragon takes you gently out of the pyramid and up through the portal again. And it takes you to a vast cosmic mirror and invites you to look and see your divine magnificence. Then it returns you to where you started. Thank Metatron and your beautiful golden orange dragon. You know that you will meet again. So when you are ready, take a deep breath and gently open your eyes.
I have to ask you, Terry, where were you?
I was there at the pyramid, and Metatron is an angel that I have such a close connection with. So I was asking him, how how am I supposed to go forward? Because that's been part of this whole journey. How am I supposed to go, and what is needed? And he had two words for me, and that was be bold. Be bold.
Good.
So that was my message that came through from this meditation. And the dragon was right there. That's how I went to the pyramid, was this beautiful, beautiful dragon that's going to be with me.
Good. It's lovely.
I love this. For me, it was interesting. I saw the dragon, you know, the gold, the orange was beautiful, went through, and then I started paying attention to my body because my ears were popping, my heart was expanding, I kept having to yawn, and I knew I was releasing a whole lot. You know, my brain was a little tied up in there. But I loved coming back and looking in the mirror. Now, I would love to see what y'all came up with on the mirror, but I thought it was fascinating because I really just wanted to stay there and just look, you know, because there was nothing about the 3D on the outside whatsoever, but there were all these fascinating colors and shapes. And it was like, wow, that's in me. So that was awesome. Thank you. Oh, and Gabby said the mirror. The mirror was the biggest part for her. She was hesitant to look, but she did. I love that. I've not ever experienced that before. Carol, thank you.
That's all right. That's all part of the wonderful stuff that I've learned from Diana Cooper. She's an amazing lady.
Wow.
So I'm going to listen to this again later, and then I'll do the journey as well.
Absolutely. Gosh, I hate to say it's time to say goodnight. This was amazing. And I just want to say publicly, Carol, I feel like we're sitting at the foot of the professor here tonight.
Oh, thank you.
The expansion of you as a presenter, I'm in awe right here. I'm absolutely in awe. So cool. Kudos. This was fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you. I loved it.
I agree, Carol. I've really seen you come into your own with us going into the elemental realm, and you just blossomed with it. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you both. Well, you know, it's just something I just love, and I feel so connected to it. And you know, I think that when you really truly feel connected and love what you're doing, and you know, all of this, I think it just comes, and it just shows. And because, you know, it's something that I believe needs to be out there for those who are ready to hear about that, and they're the ones who are going to listen to it. So because we're all at different levels, so you know that you know, the most important thing they keep saying to me, it's about coming from love. It's all about love.
Well, you're inspiring the folks that are watching with us. So make sure that you
Great.
go back and look at the chat there.
I
So
will.
Carol, amazing. Can't wait to see what the next one is going to bring. Carrie, you were supposed to be here, my dear. I'm so glad
Yes.
you were able to tune in.
Yes, yes. I'm so glad you're here too, Terry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to be here with you.
Absolutely. And our friends at home, we're so glad you were here with us. Jean and Christina and Robert and Gabby and whoever else was there. Carol, Carol's saying thank you. I'm so glad y'all were here. This was one not to miss. So with that, we're going to say good night. So much love to each and every one of you. Nathan, thank you for being here. Fabulous messages. Carol, do go on there.
Thank you. Lots of love to everybody. Thank you.
Love you all.
Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Terry.
We'll see you all soon.